This
Yes.
this
This
is
your new one?
this is the new innovative machine. The idea with the twisted lobe on it is that we reduce the noise substantially, and we're also increasing the efficiency of it.
Okay.
In this one, compared to a standard straight lobe a straight three lobe blower, we're getting about 60 more CFM than you're going to get out of that one. So we're getting more CFM at the same pressure for the same horsepower.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then it's substantially quieter. This is 4 to 7 dBA quieter than a dual lobe blower, and about 3 to 5 dBA quieter than a straight tri-lobe.
Can you put that in percentage?
For every 1 dBA, you reduce the noise by half.
Whoa.
Okay,
That's a
so
lot.
it's not a linear function.
Okay.
You know, at 90 dBA, it's a certain noise, and then at 89, it's half that noisy. At 88, it's half as noisy as it was at 89. So 2 dB less than 90 is more than twice as quiet.
So the whole truck mount's overall quieter.
Yeah,
Running
this
with
makes
that.
the whole truck mount overall quieter. In fact, if you go out and listen to the Sapphire unit that has this on it right now, you can hear the motor, but you can't hear the blower.
Which Sapphire unit has it?
The SS454 and the,
The 454?
SS570.
And the 570. Okay, I will definitely check that
Yeah,
out.
you ought to go listen to those.
Now, if you spin this, what's so different about the lobes?
They're twisted instead of straight. The idea is that instead of getting that pulsation you get with a straight lobe, because a straight lobe, there's a certain amount of air, and all of that air comes out at the same time, so you get that slapping noise.
Okay.
You know,
Yes.
and so you get the pulsation. Of course, it's very fast, but it's still a pulsation.
Okay.
And that's part of what creates that noise. With this one, instead of having all the air come out at once, it comes out in a flow pattern.
Oh, cool.
So you don't get the pulsations that you get with the other blowers.
That's almost revolutionary, man.
It's huge. It's
Wow.
huge. Nobody else is doing this. Nobody else can.
Oh yeah, y'all. It is a patented technology.
Absolutely.
Man, that's sweet. I love the setup you got here.
So
the cutaway.
I think we got probably 4 or 5 manufacturers that are seriously looking at putting this in their units.
I bet. How do
You know what? It's a premium to buy it. You know, it's going to cost more.
True,
I mean,
true.
the rotors and shaft are all one piece. They're machined out of a single solid
they are.
ductile iron round stock.
Okay.
So the rotors and the shaft and everything are all one piece. So it's extremely strong.
Still has bearings to
there's
replace?
less viability in it in expansion and contraction based on heat.
And less moving parts.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
you know,
Overall.
shaft and rotors they're going to rotate at the same speed whether they're two-piece or not. So.
Okay.
But with this one, there's nothing that holds the rotor to the shaft. It's all one piece.
That's
So
pretty
you
cool.
don't have to worry about failure of a pin or a spline or a keyway or something like that.
And those are the typical things that happen with
Yeah.
blowers. Now on the blowers I've rebuilt a couple of them, pseudo-built. Usually the bearing goes bad on them. So so you're saying would that do away with that? Because what happens is
these are non-grease. We have and they're dual splash lubed with the oil cavities. And
Okay.
this one, of course, on this side has got the gears. So this one's bigger than this one, but still these are bigger cavities than you're going to find in most brands
Okay.
for the oil. And then we use piston ring seals between the air compression chamber and the oil itself.
Okay.
And that's very, very new technology. But the nice thing about it is you get zero damage to your shafts. You get no damage to your shafts, and your seals don't wear out.
Okay.
So if you have one of these on one of your machines and you take care of it,
Yeah.
this should be the last thing to break. Everything else should go out before this does.
That's what I like to hear. Well, thanks, Todd. I think that's a lot of information. Anything else you can think of before we close on?
You know what? The way that we put our gears on, we're using a ring federer instead of a pin
Okay.
or a keyway.
Okay.
So if this
Yeah,
one
yeah,
was
yeah.
ever,
There's a keyway on the
if you
pseudo-built I
were to
rebuilt.
drop something through it and knock it out of time,
Yeah.
this one can be retimed very easily. If you've got a pin shaft or a keyway, you can only re-drill the shaft twice. So you can pin one twice. This one you could time as much as you need to.
That's cool.
So
Awesome.
it's very good. And
Awesome.
there's bigger shafts and bigger bearings than normal. I mean, that's just mechanically better. If it's bigger and turns slower,
Yeah,
last longer.
it's a win-win situation both ways.
Yeah, we can actually turn this at 4,000 RPM, which very few of them can.
Whoa.
So we can get 16 inches of vacuum at several different areas within the CFM chart, depending on what you need and what horsepower you've got to run.
And while still running quieter.
Absolutely.
Dang, that is nice. No
This
wonder.
one running at 4,000 RPM is going to be quieter than that one running at 22.
No, that's crazy. That's awesome. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate that, Todd.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.